got to Calgary and got to get some Canadian water again. I was like, yes.
Yum.
Although Vegas's water recycling system is pretty fascinating.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Jeez.
Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Happy Star Trek Tuesday. It's time for the main viewer. You know what time it is. You've been waiting for this all day, maybe all week, maybe all year, because this is going to be the post STLV wrap up. We also have a lot of news that came out of that crazy, wacky, zany trade show. A lot of things came out of that, a lot of news. So much to cover. We're going to do it right now, everybody. Look, it's Jenny R. Johnson.
Oh, fresh off the airplane. Yeah.
We're all a little rough around the edges with our voices because we came from Las Vegas, of course. So it was very smoky. And if you want to talk to anybody over the din of casino noises, you got to talk loudly. So it's just not conducive to keeping a healthy throat for any extended period of time. But Jenny is wearing a beautiful family shirt that you could get in the link that's located in the description box below. You just click that link. That is the Star Trek and Chill shop. You can also get this beautiful, well, you can tell that's green.
Green screen.
Special green
that
screen
beautiful
version. Yeah.
Risa and Chill. You got Captain Picard, his Horgon statue. It says Risa and Chill. Oh, there it is. Look at those beautiful colors. But you can get yours in black or white or red or whatever you want. My name's Ryan T. Husk, and that is Melissa Longo, also wearing a special shirt she got from her friend
Dr. Sue Gruner brought it from Greece. Ooh. My new broken in shirt. Yay.
All right. So let's say hello to everybody in the live chat. Before we do that, let's get a poll going.
Nice.
Yay.
Love the poll.
Way to start the
Well, the question is,
great.
Poll face right off the bat.
Yes. Yep. Doesn't get
all right,
much better than that.
The question is, so that we know how much people want to hear about this crap. Did you go to STLV? Yes or no? All right. So hello, JR Poole. Good to see you. Chuck A. He was at STLV. That's for sure. Travis Taylor. Hello. Just Rosie 5. Volk, we see you. Scott Jensen, the 13th. This guy gets it. He was there as well. BL, hello. Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel, not only, she's in the live chat, not only did she go to STLV, she's still there. She's still one of the 4 people that are still just hanging out there, losing their voices and waiting for their airplane. Also, we've got something from Anne-Marie to open as well.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's a giant burrito. And
nice.
You guys, everybody check out this beast that we are going to open today as well.
What?
No way.
Oh, amazing.
Oh.
Big.
Oh,
So
that's too cool.
I can't wait to see what's in there. Oh,
I think there's a kitten in there.
Oh.
I tried to shake it to see, but it's tough to tell. Wow, that's pretty good. Hello, Fran Iverson and Glenn Iverson, who were at STLV as well. Great seeing you. Allison Leach Hyde in the live chat also was at STLV. Hello, Tiffany. Oh, Tiffany, did we see you there? Very possibly.
I did.
Oh, Jenny R. Johnson.
You did?
Is in the live chat.
Got it.
Split
Greg Kenzo was also there. I'm going to eat the shit out of some chocolates because of you, Greg Kenzo. Thank you very much.
Dude,
I'm gonna be a mess the next couple days. My Inari Flynn, hello. Pat B, Wanda. Oh, you know, Glenn Iverson. We got Puka. What's up? Dave Gregory, of course, was also at STLV. All right, let's have some. Wow, it's neck and neck with the STLV folk. So let's get into some of the news of the day, everybody. Also, our good friend John Orquiola of Screen Rant will be joining a little later. You know him as Back of the Head at Back of the Head on Twitter or X. I can't do this anymore. We got to just settle on a name. Right? Is it
Definitely.
X?
It
I
is
don't-
X.
I mean, it is, but
I saw in my email that it said X, formerly Twitter.
I can't live like this.
I can't live like that either.
it's just so like,
It's
I can tolerate a lot of things, but
yeah,
I can't tolerate things that are slightly annoying.
exactly.
It's more than
See-
slightly annoying.
All right. So let's get into this. First things first, everybody at home, there were a lot of birthdays that we celebrated
Oh
this
my
week.
gosh. Oh, today is Aaron Walke.
Yes.
That's right.
Woohoo.
Happy
So
birthday.
let's go over them very quickly. July 31st was David Gregory's birthday. The first, August 1st, was Stephanie Klein's birthday. By the way, we celebrated these all at STLV in a big Seventh Rule get-together bash that was a ton of fun. The second, Wednesday the 2nd, was Dr. Anne Marie Siegel's birthday. The third was my dad. He wasn't in Vegas, but
Yay.
I like him. I'm for it. The fourth, Friday the 4th, was Jenny R. Johnson's happy birthday.
Yay.
She totally ditched out on her birthday party.
I didn't mean to. I came back.
Rude. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I met a very nice man from Chicago.
Oh.
That does.
Yeah.
There are no nice men from Chicago. Is that a real thing? I've never been to Chicago. I don't know. We also have some really cool Klingon band-aids to show off in a bit, so check those out in a
Oh,
moment,
amazing.
everybody. And some
Whoa.
cool official cord organizers. We're going to show you all. There's so much good stuff.
I need those in my life.
Mhm.
Matt Boardman, hello, and Shag 840, both of them were at STLV. So was one Trek fan. Faith Howell was not there, but we missed the shit out of you.
Yes.
Mhm.
Can we cuss on this?
Yes.
Saturday the 5th was Bruce Horak's birthday.
Yay.
You know him as Hemmer and
Mhm.
also the K-pop Klingon now. The 6th was nobody's birthday. If you're in the live chat and you have a birthday, Rico E. Anderson says, hey, I'm from Chicago.
See? See?
Oops.
That's true.
Some
I
of the
knew
best
that.
people are from Chicago.
I
Nice
knew
one, Ryan.
that.
Mm. Hey, do I lie? Okay. And the 7th, Monday the 7th, was Sirach Lofton's happy birthday.
Yay.
And the 8th was, that was the 7th, yeah. And then Tuesday the 8th, which is today, is Aaron Waltke's birthday of Star
Amazing.
Trek Prodigy.
Mm.
And our good
Amazing.
friend Eve England had these cool cupcakes with all of their faces
They're so special.
made on it. But Aaron and Bruce didn't get theirs because they weren't there, and we put them upstairs and we forgot to bring them down. So Peter Karuba out there in San Francisco still has them.
Ah!
he messaged me like this morning. He's like, what do you want me to do with these cupcakes? I'm like, bro, they're in San Francisco now. It's over.
Ew.
We lost. But thank you.
Eat 'em.
Thank you. Yeah, eat them.
Oh.
Take a picture of the Bruce Horak one so we could prove it.
Mm.
Mhm.
All right. So
Aaron got his, didn't he?
he did
I thought he got his.
he got some, he did, but I forgot to give him his card. We also
Right.
made cards for everybody, which was nice, I thought.
Mine's in my suitcase. With all
So
my
it smells
special
like
things.
smoke.
No. It's with the special stuff. It's like separate from the
Aw.
clothing are all jammed into one. What's the word?
House.
Quarantine. The clothing is quarantined.
Got it.
Oh.
Anne Marie says those cupcakes were freaking delicious.
They
I didn't even
really
end up
were.
eating one.
Me neither.
How did that happen?
Who
I
says no to
know.
cupcakes?
And now I want cupcakes.
Mhm.
Me too. And they're in San Francisco.
Oh,
Okay.
Peter.
So the first news item up for bid, everybody, just to close out what we were already discussing, is a tweet from our good, I'm going to say tweet, just everybody. I'm slow with change. A tweet from our friends at trekmovie.com wishing Sirach Lofton a very happy birthday. And a shout out to the Seventh Rule podcast. Very nice. It says Jake Sisko, he had just turned 14 when he filmed the pilot Emissary.
Oh.
Also, if you go over to Sirach Lofton's page,
Aw, I love that.
he
banner
does say
picture.
thank you very
Yeah,
much
that's awesome.
for the birthday wishes today. So that was also great. So be sure, everybody, it's not too late. It was just yesterday. Go over to at Sirach L and wish him a happy birthday. All right. Also, to keep that going, our good friends Kevin and Dan Hageman also tweeted out recently. I'm guessing yesterday. No, today. Happy birthday to Aaron Waltke. May you live logs and proper.
Yay! Love that.
Okay, no.
Cute.
She doesn't know what to do about this guy. Look at
I know. She's had too much of him.
And of course, this is also very newsworthy here. Check this out. Anne Marie, great tweet by her. She says, happiest birthday's good, Aaron. Oh, save Evan, Steve. Oh no. That's an inside joke, because here's the thing, everybody. So we had a fun little get together here with the writers and the team from Star Trek Prodigy.
Awesome.
We've got Kevin and Dan Hageman, Aaron Waltke, Nami was there as well, myself, Sirach, Melissa, and a bunch of others of our favorite humans and aliens were there. Great picture. But then we also gave them these awesome, look at these, Prodigy M&Ms. So it says hashtag save Prodigy. We want season 2, Seventh Rule, obviously. Pretty cool, good colors. However, something we noticed was this. What's going on, Steve? What's going on with Steve? So that's why we got to the bottom of it. It says Evan Steve.
When I was first reading them, I said that, and
I remember
it was really late at night, and everyone was like, "What are you talking about?
Yeah,
what are you talking about?"
And then you're like, "Oh, Prodigy," and then we just changed the subject over to Prodigy, and we never revisited until we saw that picture, and we're like, "Wait, what the heck?"
So my eyes aren't going. My eyes aren't bad. Phew.
I wonder if maybe it's just the guy that like made them like signs it. He's like, they'll never notice.
Maybe.
So we've got to get a and there are a bunch of M&Ms that we also did with all the other news shows, the Discoveries, Short Treks, Picard,
So awesome.
Lower Decks, Prodigy, Strange New Worlds there. We got to get the writers of Prodigy to have an ensign Evan Steve.
Yes. That would be amazing.
Bring it all full circle.
And it's funny how all of the E's on Evan Steve are a bit smudged on the end.
Yeah. Maybe
Every
it's
single
Steve-O.
I'm very suspicious about that. Who is Steve?
How's your voice, Jenny? This is your first time dealing with all the smoke and the loudness and the people talking really close to you.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, my voice is better than it was. My voice is actually better than it was. I seem to have taken some of the con crud home with me, but I'm not. Yeah, but I'm not in too bad shape. It feels like a gentle cold type situation instead of something nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, for like by Friday night with the, especially with the smoke, I was like raspy. Big time
Yeah.
raspy.
Mhm.
Big time raspy.
Mm.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing? You sound good.
Oh, really? Yeah, last night I was raspy.
Yeah.
I almost sounded like a man.
I mean, I did think that a couple of times over the week. I'm like, gosh, Melise has a
Gosh.
much deeper voice than I expected.
Voice is so deep.
So we've got a poll, everybody. It's a very important one. And the question is, what's next? We've got the Strange New Worlds unboxing right here. We've got Prodigy news. We have Strange New Worlds news of the week, everything that came out of the weekend, of course. Or Star Trek movie news, because basically every other week we have news about Star Trek movie.
Yeah.
It's coming. Here we go. This is really because Chris Pine says that he'd like to do it. So it's going to happen this time for sure. So everybody make your votes now.
Oh boy.
A tough one. Yes, Scott Jensen and I were talking earlier about how happy we are to be back in like humid Atlantic, beautiful, clean air that doesn't feel like we've stuck our heads in an oven.
All right. So the winner is Strange New Worlds unboxing. 51% of you said, just do it. You know you want to.
Yes,
So
please. That box is
it is
awesome.
to commemorate Subspace Rhapsody here. I've not opened this yet, although I did cut the tape so I wouldn't have to do that live. I don't know what's going on here. It's very nice.
Tissue.
Whoa.
Oh,
My God.
All kinds of goodies.
Spaceballs.
Great movie.
I love that movie.
Ooh, Interstellar Cheddar. Made with organic avocado oil. This is great. Look
Yeah.
at this.
Ooh, yum.
Yum.
I will eat this. I will
Awesome.
eat this. Great. Looks good.
We'll eat this.
Then we also have this item. Oh, that has the song list. That's pretty cool.
Oh, cool.
Yay.
Because
I
I
wonder
thought
if
that the
you have a
music was
CD.
I thought that the music was actually
Sorry.
fantastic. Not at all. And this beverage, ooh, a nice little spritzer.
Ooh,
Very nice.
fun.
Let me do it this way so we can get a better view. There we go. Spritzer. Then we've got, what is this? Size defying, ooh, base and lights. This is going to be fun to play with. Look at this.
Ooh,
Jeepers.
that's fun.
Yes.
Wow.
It's gotta be to play the music on. I have a theory.
Please don't stop the music.
I love that song.
Also a radical, oh, another spritzer. So that's a good one.
Fun.
We got a
Amazing.
cool shirt. We saw our good buddy John Orquiola wearing this
Oh,
weekend.
yes. We did see him wearing that. Awesome shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Whoa, and a whole bunch of pins to enjoy.
Fun. Huh.
What is this? What is this? I feel like it's Nightmare Before Christmas. What's this? What's this?
This-
Oh, it's like it's an old record player thing.
Oh, cool.
So
Oh,
cute. It's so cute.
And lastly, a poster. Man, there's a lot of good stuff in here. All right, so we'll open up this poster. Do that. Are these spritzers alcoholic? I think so. I'm going to drink these. Spritz Society. Pineapple.
Ooh. Yum.
All right. And everybody just listening in, I'm pulling out a poster right now.
I agree with Anne Marie that you should read the pins.
ooh, yeah.
But I can't do two things in one. I can barely do one thing at once.
It's okay.
Truth be
We can
told.
do one at a time.
I can't get
Oh
this
my
poster
gosh.
out yet. Oh, there
My
we go.
brain
Getting
went
into the
somewhere.
Love it.
Naughty.
Of course, keeping up with the theme right there.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Excellent. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
This is a private conversation, says one. Tune to change my paradigm. Well,
Oh,
that's
cool.
confusing. One says Subspace Rhapsody. No spark has been ignited. Oh, my spark has been ignited. I was like, that's a sad song. These are fun. A few of those. My
Song
spark has
lyrics,
been
I think.
ignited. Was that La'an?
I think it was Nurse Chapel
Okay.
when she was getting, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong.
You might be right.
I
All
haven't
right.
watched it yet.
Oh,
Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. You can talk about it. But yeah, I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't
That's
had
right.
time.
We were at STLV. That's right.
We were at
You
STLV.
were.
All right. Before we get on to the next stuff, everybody, we've got our good friend John Orquiola joining us. Here he comes.
AKA back of the head.
There he is. And there he is.
Yay!
Oh, look at the shirt he's wearing.
Oh,
Right on cue.
perfect.
Our good friend John Orquiola joining. Hey guys.
Right on cue. You got the shirt. What's up, John Orquiola of ScreenRant.com?
Yes, and that pin said, I think it was time to change my paradigm, not tune to change my paradigm.
Oh,
Time to
Ah.
change my paradigm.
Thanks.
As you know, I got the exact same box. That's where this
So I
came
read-
from.
So I read 4 buttons and 2 of them I read improperly. I'm like batting 50%.
You're forgiven.
Oh, did you try the spritzers, John?
I have not.
Hmm.
We should probably do it on camera.
Oh, are
Ooh.
yours chilled?
Yes, they've been in the fridge since Wednesday for almost a week.
Then I say yes. Okay, and then the last things to point out here, before we get on to the real news of the day, is we've got these. We spoke of these one time, maybe like a year ago on Star Trek and Chill, if you'll recall. We actually found. Remember, we saw that somebody was doing like Klingon band-aids.
Yeah.
These are actual Klingon band-aids with like Klingon writing on them.
That's so
Where did
cool.
you get
And
them?
Well,
Atlas.
we actually found their booth at
Oh, cool.
at STLV.
Mhm.
Yeah, and they are called Factory Entertainment. And they had
Ah.
so much freaking great stuff that it's one of those things where you're like, I got to get out of here because there's so much good stuff. I'm going to just be here all day. I wanted
Mhm.
everything. So definitely go check out Factory
Yeah.
Entertainment. Really cool stuff. And lastly, these cord organizers, those are also fun. Okay, what is that? Oh, it's a Klingon, little baby Klingon. And
That's
here's
so
a
cute.
delta.
That's
So what they
awesome.
do is they wrap around your cord. You see, they wrap around your cord. So, you know, you got a bunch of cords on your desk and they wrap around with a nice little, like a little beret. Is that what those
Yeah.
things are called? Right? The clip for
A
the hair? Beret?
Barrette.
Okay. So like a beret.
Barrette. Beret.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know a lot of words today.
It's okay.
But so wait, so what you're saying is what's a beret again?
Well played.
All right.
Yes.
That's
Awesome.
perfect. Just leave it on.
I agree.
So the big news for everybody watching, there's a lot of big stuff, a lot of big things that happened. But first and foremost, this was Jenny R. Johnson's first time going to STLV and John Orquiola's first time going to STLV. So I would love to hear just your overall thoughts. Were there some huge highs and lows? What were you most excited about or shocked by?
I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. You go first. You go first.
Well, one of the best parts was I got to hang out with you a bunch. That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Yeah. So John and Jenny do STLV. That was like really fabulous. So we get to like sort of like newbie hang out. I got to hang out with Matt Boardman a bunch. I got to hang out with Matt Boardman's friend Jeannie, who is amazing. I got to see all of you guys, like, and it's so cool because now I'm seeing all the names in the chat and I have all these faces to go with them, and it's so amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's this like, yeah. So I mean, there's like the like family aspect of it that's just so amazing. And then on top of that, I got to meet all these people, like all of the TNG cast, Michelle Hurd, Todd Stashwick, got to hang out with my friend Terry Metalis, you know, like it was amazing. Doug Drexler, Dave Blass. Yeah.
What he said. What she said. No, it was honestly.
Yes, there is a mole there.
I just noticed it. I thought it was on my screen.
I'm completely distracted by this red beret. I can't focus on anything else.
Oh my gosh.
What about you, John? This is your first time you came here to report on some things. There was a ton of news. There were a ton of news drops that happened. What were the highlights for you?
Well, I mean, work-wise, the biggest thing was Saturday. That was Star Trek Prodigy's panel, where they dropped 4 minutes of season 2, which was amazing because they unveiled the USS Voyager A, they unveiled the Doctor, and it sounds like they're 99% certain, according to them, that Prodigy will get picked up in a new streaming service. So we are almost definitely going to get to see season 2. So that was really great. But yeah, to echo what Jenny said, you know, this was my first STLV, my first Star Trek Las Vegas convention. I've been to a lot of Comic-Cons. I've never experienced the sense of community and just being able to enjoy meeting people. On a personal level, getting to meet everybody in the live chat, getting to meet all you guys, to hang out with you guys in person, because you're all just little boxes on the screen, even though some of us actually live in the same town.
Totally.
I know.
But yeah, it was really amazing. You know, obviously, like Sirach's party that kicked it off for me on Thursday night was great. But yeah, I mean, it was honestly just being able to spend time with you guys and just, you know, nerd out about all the same things. The Seventh Rule panel was excellent. That was really, really fun. Kind of emotional, I gotta say, you know. I think we were all feeling a lot of love in that room. A lot of love in that room. Just reverberating around everywhere. And yeah, it was awesome. From a work perspective, again, you know, Aaron Walke was really kind enough to take a few minutes to let me interview him. I got to interview also. Yeah. And that'll come up on the site really soon. I got to talk to Elias Tofixis, who is an actor. He is going to be in Star Trek Discovery season 5, although we couldn't really talk about that. So we talked about other things like wrestling. Because he's a big WWE fan.
I love all your wrestling posts. Oh my god!
And I talked to a fine gentleman, a very knowledgeable gentleman named Dr. Mohammed Noor, who also was kind enough to give me a few minutes to talk to me about Spock and in Strange New Worlds. So that was really awesome. And then, you know, and then it is my job to meet a lot of these celebrities, but it never gets old. So it's especially to hang out with them in person and to chat with them in person.
All right. Too much fun.
Yeah. Well, that's it, guys.
Let's talk about a couple things very quickly. One is big news, not a huge surprise, but this is turning into something that we are getting a little used to. Star Trek Strange New Worlds returns to top 10 streaming chart. This is from trekmovie.com. Very quickly, as we've covered this before, once again, Star Trek Strange New Worlds has shown up on an important chart tracking popularity of original streaming shows. Nielsen has reported their top 10 streaming charts for the week of July 3rd through 9th, so that was 4 weeks ago, which includes the release of the 4th episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 2, Among the Lotus Eaters. And once again, the series is on the chart for original streaming programs this week at number 9. This is the third time Strange New Worlds has shown up on this chart for this season. The last time was at number 8 2 weeks ago, following debuting at number 7 for the week of the season premiere. So what that means is episodes 1, 2, and 4 have made it to the top 10 for streaming. That's pretty amazing.
Awesome.
These are all the others. The Lincoln Lawyer, The Witcher, Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan, The Bear, Is It Cake 2? What the heck? Is It Cake 2? Black Mirror, Secret Invasion, Ted Lasso, Star Trek Strange New Worlds was 9, and 10 was Manifest.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Loving
fantastic.
that. Okay. Next, this is what a lot of people really want to talk about, which is, let me pull this up. Oh, this is from our good friend, John Orquiola of Screen Rant, actually. What a
Who is
deal
this
here.
John Orquiola?
Amazing.
He sounds like a writer.
It's entitled 8 Exciting Star Trek Questions from Prodigy Season 2 clip. That's exactly the point, isn't it? These little teasers that they premiered at Star Trek Las Vegas, they want to bring up questions.
Yeah.
They want us to tune in to see, because if they give you answers, then
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get into. Oh, this was published 2 hours ago.
Wow.
It's almost like you were out of town all weekend.
Yeah. I'm
Not true.
scrambling to get caught up.
I watched this guy. I watched this guy working during the Prodigy panel in live time, taking the information and sending it out. Exclusives.
That's awesome.
Were you taking notes on your phone, or what was going on there?
Yeah, I was on my phone.
It was awesome.
I was basically, I wasn't sure if they were going to broadcast or share or stream the 4 minutes of footage that they showed. And so I had to kind of describe what was happening and send it to my writer, who was going to write up the article. And then, 2 hours later, they did share it on StarTrek.com. So we were able to add that link as well to have the complete package. But yeah, I mean, it really was like I did not really have time to process what I was seeing. I was so busy just, like Jim Carrey, trying to make sure it was right and trying to make sure, I got all the big points, which was the Doctor, Voyager, the wormhole, 52 years from now in Solemn, where Chakotay is in an alternate timeline.
Yeah.
All that fun stuff all that timey-wimey stuff, as Dahl said, that makes your head hurt.
Yeah. That was great.
So let's read this thing, shall we? If that's okay with you, John.
Well, sure.
All right. Let's see. It reads, new footage from Star Trek Prodigy Season 2 poses some exciting questions about the next chapter for Admiral Catherine Janeway and the ragtag former crew of the USS Protostar. At STLV 57-year mission, Prodigy's executive producers, Kevin and Dan Hageman, Aaron J. Waltke, Jennifer Muro, and composer Nami Melamad. Is it Melamad? Yeah. Unveiled a 4-minute clip from the season 2 premiere of Star Trek Prodigy. The brief but enticing tease didn't fail to ignite the passions of Star Trek Prodigy's devoted fan base. Star Trek Prodigy season 2 clip saw Dahl, Zero, Rock Talk, Jankum Pog, and Murph reunite at Starfleet Academy. All are still seeking admission, but the kids hope that the prospects of serving under Admiral Janeway on a new mission will convince the Academy they are Starfleet material. However, it's not Janeway who takes them onto a shuttle, but the Doctor, the EMH Doctor, played by Robert Picardo, from Star Trek Voyager. The Doctor escorts the young heroes to the new USS Voyager A, a Lamar class science vessel. Admiral Janeway will lead into a wormhole on a mission to rescue Captain Chakotay, played by Robert Beltran. It's an intriguing setup for Star Trek Prodigy Season 2 that poses big questions as well. That paragraph had so much stuff in it.
Right?
It's
Tell
got
me
the
about
5 characters. It's got the EMH Doctor. It's got Admiral Janeway. It has the Voyager A. It has Captain Chakotay. What?
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
It was a lot to manage.
It was really cool seeing that clip in that panel and just the
Yeah.
energy in the room,
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah. And what
You know?
that first glimpse of the doctor,
Mhm.
the excitement in the room was like,
yeah.
everyone was like, wow.
And then the
Amazing.
Voyager, like,
Yes, and then the
ugh.
Voyager. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
gorgeous.
So, are we allowed to call it the Voyager? Because I know Janeway calls it Voyager.
sorry, when I say the Voyager, I mean the unveiling of Voyager. You're right, it's not the Voyager.
I don't know, because it's always the Defiant, the
Yeah.
Enterprise, but then Voyager
Right.
was. So it's like, how do they decide that?
And then in Enterprise, they call the Enterprise.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Good point.
Discovery is just Discovery. It's not the Discovery.
Yeah.
I don't,
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
And same,
Oh.
yeah.
Is it?
And like the
I don't remember.
Cerritos is the Cerritos. It's not just Cerritos.
Yeah.
Right.
Hang on a sec. The AC just
Also-
turned on.
Oh.
It's very loud.
Nice.
Woohoo, keeping cool.
So here's question number 8, because they start at the top here. So question number 8 asks, let's see, will Prodigy Season 2 link up to Picard's Season 1 backstory?
Ooh.
Well, now, that would be
Mm.
something.
Neat.
It reads, Star Trek Prodigy Season 1's main story occurred in 2383 and took the young heroes who commandeered the USS Protostar from Tars Lamora in the Delta Quadrant all the way to Earth, the home base of Starfleet and the United Federation of Planets. As evidenced by Star Trek Prodigy's Season 2 clip, not too much time has passed since Prodigy's Season 1 finale. Dal, Rocktalk, Jankum Pog, Zero, and Murph are all still trying to gain acceptance in Starfleet Academy, although Jankum has received some grooming and all the kids wear variations of Starfleet cadet uniforms, which look great, by the way. Check that out.
Mm-hmm. They do.
It continues. However, the 2380s are a tumultuous time for the Star Trek galaxy, as detailed by the backstory of Star Trek Picard Season 1. As the Doctor mentioned, the Romulan evacuation is already underway as their sun goes supernova. It sounds like Admiral Jean-Luc Picard is already spearheading the rescue effort, while the Federation will later abandon, In 2385, a devastating android attack on Mars will kill 92,000 people and cause the Federation to ban all synthetic life forms. Star Trek Prodigy Season 2 may brush up on these events depending on the length of its own time frame. That's really interesting, John.
Yeah, the 2280s are an interesting time. A lot of terrible stuff happens. And it's funny because the 2 animated series, which are both very joyous, are right kind of at the start of that decade. And at some point, if they move further into the timeline, it's, they're going to brush up against all these tragic events.
I'm just reading to the second question right now. I love this. The question is, number 7, what is the Doctor's first name? What's the reason behind this question, John?
Because he called Admiral Janeway Catherine, and it's a callback to Voyager when she told him, "I didn't know we were on a first name basis." That's my terrible Janeway impression.
Really good. That was great.
Very cool. The next one, number 6, is Did Gwyn make it to Solemn? It's pronounced Solemn? I think so. Dal hopefully suggests Gwyn is, quote, Queen of Solemn by now, end quote. In Star Trek Prodigy Season 1 finale, Gwendala opted not to join her friends in applying for Starfleet Academy. Rather, Gwyn chose to go to Solemn, the home world of her species, the Vau Nakat, to try to influence them towards peace with the Federation in these crucial years before Starfleet makes its disastrous first contact. However, there has yet to be any indication that Gwyn safely arrives at Solemn and what happens to her in Star Trek Prodigy Season 2.
Can I interrupt very briefly? We have a birthday boy in the live chat.
What?
Mr. Aaron Wilkie. Woohoo!
Happy birthday, Aaron.
Happy birthday!
Yay!
So, Aaron, we also had a birthday card for you,
Ooh.
but forgot to give it to you. Sorry. We had it along with the cupcake. Remember how we had the cupcakes and the cards and everything ready, but you didn't arrive until the next day. And then you never got all your goodies and treats, but you did get some Prodigy M&Ms. So, you know, that's something.
You see what he says here? As the Prodigy lore master, I spent so much time chronicling the timelines of the other shows in tandem with our own to ensure they all line up and inform each other when we collaborate.
Wonderful.
And not
Again,
to
that's the most exciting paragraph.
not to be too much of a detective, you know, but Aaron has given us reason to think that some of these questions should be questioned and possibly might be answered, because he is such a lore master, as he puts it, that it's not just going to be like, okay, here, this show is plopped into this decade, and so we know the approximate era. We know that there's an absolute possibility that some things might line up, or there might be a mention of something happening that we recognize, because he and the Prodigy writers know so much about Star Trek and seem to kind of want to thread the needle into that fabric of that giant quilt, that tapestry.
Yeah. I loved how they talked about that.
Love that. Anything that adds to the world building, the universe building is awesome.
Aaron says in the live chat, he says, just read it live on air and show a video. Oh, just read it live on air and show a video of someone eating the cupcake live in San Francisco. I think that'll work.
Yeah.
But I think I'll try to get it.
Cupcakes are in San Francisco, right?
Yeah. John.
Yo.
Can you, let me see. Let's see how we can work this out. So the next one is, will Essentia return? Oh, I love this question. Will Essentia return in Star Trek Prodigy Season 2? Can you please tell us why you're asking that question?
Because she survived. She didn't die in the season finale of Prodigy. So, and there goes Ryan. But and she's floating somewhere. She's floating somewhere out there. So I'm thinking, you know, she's probably somewhere near that wormhole. Maybe she'll somehow find a way to hitch a ride on the next starship that tries to go through it, which coincidentally would be Voyager A, filled with a bunch of people she hates.
Amazing.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's one theory I have.
That's
Good
very
work.
cool.
Yeah. Oh, you're on mute, Ryan.
I dig through this bag and try to find the the card.
The card.
The Captain John Luke, the card. Anyway, while we do that, here is the next one. Number 4. God, these are great. I can't wait for Star Trek Prodigy to be on Pluto TV.
Yeah, I am so excited for
or
this.
wherever.
Wherever.
Number 4, will Janeway and Voyager A rescue Captain Chakotay A?
It rhymes.
Yeah, and it reads. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just wondering what the alien on his shoulder is.
I think that was
Mm,
one of his
picture.
crew, one of the original Protostar crew that was captured on Solom. I'm pretty sure this is a
Oh,
screen
okay.
cap from the
Oh,
flashback
right.
that
Yeah, I
showed,
remember
what
this.
happened to Chakotay after they were all captured when the Protostar crashed on Solom.
Intriguing. Hmm.
Okay. It reads, the mission to save Captain Chakotay seems to be the core adventure of Star Trek Prodigy Season 2. Chakotay was the original captain of the USS Protostar, who intended to return to the Delta Quadrant and, quote, clean up the mess the USS Voyager made on its journey back to Earth. The Protostar ended up time traveling to Solom, you called it, 52 years into the future, where Chakotay and his crew were captured by the Starfleet hating Val Nakat. Chakotay managed to send the Protostar back to the 24th century to keep it out of the Val Nakat's hands, but he has been a prisoner ever since. Admiral Janeway's quest to save her dear Chakotay certainly won't be cut and dry. However, I did notice something in the clip that most people didn't notice, is that it showed something that happens towards the end of the season. It's Chakotay and Janeway in a bathtub that he built with his bare hands
Wow.
in a
Oh, that
forest.
wooden bathtub, that beautifully carved wooden
He
bathtub.
built it with his bare hands.
What a guy.
Yeah.
And Murph was just floating in it.
Yeah. Does Murph float
Yes.
or sink or
Look,
dissipate in water?
I would
Oh,
assume Murph
no.
floats. I bet Murph can do anything he wants to do. If he wants to float, he can float. If he wants to sink, he'll sink.
Hmm.
That tracks. So number 3 is, does Voyager A's crew have more surprise Star Trek returns?
I love this picture.
Yeah, it's awesome.
The Doctor's surprise return begs the question of whether any other familiar faces from Star Trek Voyager will be part of Admiral Janeway's crew in Star Trek Prodigy Season 2. It's possible Voyager A could also have Commander Tuvok, Lieutenant Tom Paris, Lieutenant B'Elanna Torres, or even Harry Kim. I noticed you didn't put the ensign because
I
it
like that. That was
continues,
awesome.
who is hopefully no longer an ensign aboard. Tuvok and Paris both appeared in Star Trek Lower Decks, and there was a plan to debut Captain Kim in Star Trek Picard Season 3. That didn't happen.
Wow.
But Star Trek Prodigy has been a sequel to Star Trek Voyager since its inception, and Season 2 may fulfill that promise in an even greater way. Well, now we got to talk about the production timeline, because if Prodigy Season 2 was written after or while the Captain Kim idea was dropped, then it can't really happen in Season 2. But I don't know when that timeline of right.
He wouldn't be Captain Kim in Season 2 because he still ends in Kim in 2278 when Voyager arrives on Earth. And this is only 6 years later, so he wouldn't suddenly jump to captain from ensign.
Yeah, he might be lieutenant.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he'd be Lieutenant Kim if he's lucky. So
If he's lucky.
Oh, that's true. So
Aaron Walkie says, "You mean Fleet Admiral Kim?"
whoa.
Whoa. That's a huge jump.
So really, that's actually a good correction, John, because that means that even if they dropped the Captain Kim storyline, unless they specifically in Picard Season 3 were talking about chronicling his timeline and his ascension to captaincy, then even if they drop that, Prodigy can still have a Lieutenant Kim or a Lieutenant Commander Kim or something like that. And there's no problem there because that doesn't impact that, right? Because that's like 16 years before Picard.
right.
Something like that, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
And
Chris
something,
Marsh.
something I didn't actually write about because I
Yeah.
kept it very Voyager focused. But like, what's stopping them from throwing in a Deep Space Nine character? What's stopping them from throwing in Counselor Esri Dax or
exactly.
Oh, yes.
yeah,
That
Right,
would be
you know,
so great.
It's all
someone
part
like
of
that.
the tapestry.
They need,
Hmm.
I mean, Yeah, because I think Aaron
Yeah.
Walke, I remember he mentioned something about Deep Space Nine at the panel about maybe
Yes, he
including some of
did.
those characters as
Yeah.
well.
Okay, then
That's
Yeah.
I
appreciation.
vote. I say it's going to be Professor Miles O'Brien at Starfleet Academy.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome too.
That's what I want to
Yes.
see that
Oh
so
my
bad.
gosh. Yes.
And then we'll see what he did to become the most important person in Starfleet history.
Love that.
Let's see a little bit more. Number 2 is, that's a fun screen grab. Will Voyager A get lost in the wormhole? To continue the legacy of Voyagers.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, ended up getting lost in the Delta Quadrant for 7 years, and its successor and namesake may meet a similar fate when Voyager A travels through the. That is a great question. That would be really fun. And then Janeway's like, here we go again.
Yeah,
And-
it's quite likely, right? Like it could happen.
Absolutely. And it would be fun. And then you got the doctor there. So you got, part of the gang back together. Now, number 1 is, how will Star Trek Prodigy season 2 find a new streaming home? Ooh, this is real world stuff. Or
Yeah.
will, not how will. And it reads, of course, the most prevalent question about Star Trek Prodigy is whether the beloved animated series will find a new streaming home and when fans will get to see the next 20 episodes. Paramount Plus abruptly canceled Star Trek Prodigy in June 2023, but season 2 is still being completed and is actively being shopped to new streaming services. Kevin and Dan Hageman have said they are 99% certain Star Trek Prodigy will find a new streaming distributor for all 40 episodes of seasons 1 and 2, and hopefully for future seasons as well. Given the tantalizing tease of Star Trek Prodigy season 2 so far and the questions it poses, Star Trek Prodigy season 2 needs to be seen, hopefully soon.
You're here.
Aaron Walke in the live chat also says that Scotty is also teaching at Starfleet Academy.
Ooh.
How old is he?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
he time jumped, right? Because he's old, but he's not that old.
That's
Hey,
true. That's
yeah,
right.
right?
Yeah. He's
But-
78 years roughly.
Yeah, but Quark was teaching on that planet way, way in the future. He was the teacher where the Defiant crew got stranded.
Right, yeah.
So it may not be a physical Scotty. It could be something like Janeway and Quark.
Mhm. With animation, the possibilities are endless.
Absolutely.
JR Poole in the live chat says Kim should get double promoted for surviving the Delta Quadrant. Yeah, it's true.
Yep.
And then
Well, he was killed many
Paris-
times on that show.
Yeah.
It's true. And Paris should be an ensign again, just to keep it
Yeah,
rolling.
Just demote him.
Ensign, Lieutenant Ensign, just keep flip flopping. That'll be fun.
So when you die, do you have to re-qualify your rank every time you're brought back to life?
Guess it depends
Actually,
on.
that's a
Shacks.
question that came up.
Shax showed that we don't.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
that's true.
It's true.
That's
Because
very
that question
true.
came up when Data came back in Picard season 3. It's like, is he
Right.
still in Starfleet? Can he just
Mhm.
reactivate his commission? Does he want to?
Right.
Does he get a ship?
Because Data was Data, but he wasn't Data. You know what I mean? Like he was Data, but he was also like more.
Data. Okay, a little bit more coverage on Star Trek Prodigy. I feel like that was the biggest bomb drop of STLV. That's what
Oh,
it
by
felt
far.
like.
It's huge, yeah.
It felt like
Yeah.
that's what people were talking about the most. That
Yeah.
was the one that had the most jaws hitting the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
And
was the
how
talk of the town.
cool for the folks who have put all that time and energy and creative talent into making that show to see how frigging excited everyone is about it. Because they
Yes.
are. Yeah, like so cool.
That's got to be rewarding because you can believe and be certain that you know what people are going to like. You know, you're like, oh, I'm a Star Trek fan. They're going to love this. But until you actually see the reaction, you are just at 99% sure. You know?
Exactly.
Great. What are you giggling about, Melissa? What are we missing in the live chat?
Aaron Walkie, if you get rascaled into a kid by the transporter, you have to repeat high school.
What about if the Prodigy kids go through that rascals thing, then they're like embryos just wiggling around or something, zygotes.
That'd be a story ender right there.
That would be weird.
That would be a Dr. Pulaski episode. We're gonna have to save them by putting them in an incubator tube, and
or Rascal Janeway, so she is the same age as Doll and the others.
Oh, that's fun.
And suddenly they're peers.
That would be interesting.
I like how we fully embraced rascal as a verb now.
Yeah.
You know?
Because when you first said, Melissa, when you first said rascals, my first thought was the rascals that are zipping by in the STLV halls. You know, those things are like zoo, zero.
That killed the Borg statue.
Yeah. All right.
I got hit by one. Oh my God, you guys. Sorry. No, I got hit by a runaway rascal this week.
Wow.
I have a giant bruise on my hip. In the Michael Dorn line, this woman lost control of her scooter and came crashing through the line, hit me, almost hit the woman in front of her who was also on one. It was intense. It was crazy.
I thought it was in halls.
Nice, Brian.
Thank you.
Wow.
It's going to be a Dorn shaped bruise.
See, Matt Boardman says he almost got run over many times.
So this is basically the same coverage, but just to reiterate, from trekmovie.com, Star Trek Prodigy Season 2 clip reveals Legacy returns, producers confident in finding new home. Those are really the big stories, right? Are the Legacy and that it looks like we've got a new home for Prodigy. Kevin set up the clip. The gang has gotten back together because they've been on individual tracks trying to get into Starfleet Academy, and Admiral Janeway has just commissioned them to join her crew on a new mission, and they are on their way to go meet Admiral Janeway. Okay, here's the quote in question. Kevin Hageman says, quote, "Right now there are active talks happening, and I'm being 100% honest with you. We are 99% confident that there will be a new home for our show." Later, he sounded even more confident. Quote, "It's going to happen. We're going to find a home." Dan Hageman jumped in, adding a key point. Quote, "Again, they're paying for us to complete the series. Studios don't pay to not show something. It will be seen." That's a great point.
Yeah.
So that's the big stuff there from them. We've in the past predicted that maybe Star Trek Day would be when there's the announcement of the new home. But if it's not being shown on Paramount Plus, isn't Star Trek Day kind of a Paramount Plus event? Doesn't it feel like
it's a branded sponsored event basically by Paramount Plus,
so
the promotional tool.
So now that I'm rethinking, wouldn't that mean that Paramount Plus's Star Trek Day event probably would not include Prodigy announcements? What do you think?
Weird.
Yeah, quite likely.
Yeah.
I would be very surprised if it did. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Star Trek Day this year is really being refocused completely for Lower Decks.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, because I mean, Lower Decks season 4 premieres the day before Star Trek Day, and then they're doing the theatrical screenings of Lower Decks on Star Trek Day. And depending on how the strikes go, if there's anything to announce in terms of the other shows, maybe they'll drop some hints or some news, maybe, here or there. It depends. But right now, I think Lower Decks is the only plan that I've heard for that day. But there won't be the full thing like last year where there was a giant party, a giant event that was live streamed and a red carpet and all that stuff.
But I like that.
I like that
I did
too.
too. I did too. Let's
too.
just go anyway. Let's just go to this curveball anyway, pretend.
We'll have our own party.
Let's go anyway.
Now, one more thing on Prodigy here. And I did not realize, John, you've had a freaking busy day because this is another one of your articles here.
Oh.
No
They're all
wonder
busy
you,
days.
no wonder you disappeared so quickly.
Yeah.
I thought it was all the garlic we had. This is also from screenrant.com. Everybody, John Orquiola writes, Star Trek Legacy and Prodigy crossover. Executive producer hints that it's possible. Exclusive. Oh, this is your interview, huh?
Yes.
Star
Yeah. These are
Trek
little
Prodigy.
collabs from my interview.
Star Trek Prodigy executive producer Aaron J. Waltke muses on the possibility of seeing Prodigy characters in Star Trek Legacy. Oh, that would be so cool. Can you give us, you want to give us the cliff notes on that?
Yeah, the gist of it was I started talking to him about the crossover, and then I started just pie in the sky musing about, hey, wouldn't it be great if your characters could cross over into the 25th century, and we get to see it. You get to see, like, 30-year-old Dahl and how he's doing in the Legacy timeline. And I'm not sure what his exact quote was, but he said something to the effect of
I can read the quote.
That's something possible.
How funny would it be if we do see all of them at 30 years old and like none of them are cute anymore? We're like, oh,
They're all like fat and like
you know how like part of its appeal is they're all so cute, and it's like Murph is ugly and stupid,
yeah, like an alcoholic.
He's got a neck beard.
Oh no! Oh no!
They're just not even cute. Zero's all rusty. So here's the exact quote
They flunked out of
from
Starfleet.
from Aaron Waltke. I would absolutely love to see Ragtag Crew and where they wound up in the 25th century. And Terry Matalas is a huge fan of the show, and we're friends. So who knows? Anything is possible, as they say. Okay. But first, we need whoever picks up Prodigy to greenlight season 3. That's step 1, getting
Yes.
picked up. Step 2 is greenlighting season 3. And then I guess one of those steps is probably greenlighting Legacy too.
Star Trek Legacy as well. I was going to say it would also really help if that show exists.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
That's just a matter of time.
Mhm.
I am confident.
So here is some Star Trek movie news. It seems like every other week,
movies.
every other week, Star
Is
Trek
it-
movies are in the news.
This is Star Trek 4.
The Star Trek 4 that we've been waiting for ever.
That should be the title.
Yeah. Star Trek 4 ever.
Forever. 4.
Waiting forever for.
Yeah. So check this out. Good article from trekmovie.com, living after their name, Trek Movie. Zachary Quinto says, and this was at STLV, looks like he's on stage with Ethan Peck, of course, 2 Spocks. Zachary Quinto says creative differences are delaying Star Trek 4. He's happy handing off Spock to Ethan Peck. Well, now everybody slow down. Let's first get Star Trek 4 before we do any handing off, but that is great, huge praise.
Mhm.
Have you noticed Zachary Quinto is starting to look like Adam Nimoy? Like kind of a little bit looking like Adam Nimoy, I think. Okay, maybe that's just me.
I have to Google and compare the faces.
Well, luckily, okay. Let's get a face. Okay, so Adam Nimoy Well, it doesn't look exact, but I definitely see it. So here's Adam Nimoy.
Right.
I
Leonard
see what
Nimoy,
you're
Adam
saying.
Nimoy. Right. And then you see
Right
that.
about the jaw.
I think it's just the eyebrows. You guys are going to think I'm crazy, but I think he actually kind of looks a little bit like the Nimoys, a little bit.
Like
Adam
he could be a
Nimoy.
relative.
Well, it's one of the reasons why he was cast and why he was so
Yeah.
well cast.
Hopefully.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So this reads, Zachary Quinto was one of the headliners at the 57-year Mission Convention in Las Vegas and the most prominent member of the Kelvin cast to appear on stage. As with all of the other SAG actors at the event, Quinto stuck to the rules of not talking in detail. As with all of the other SAG, we'll leave that one alone. What about all of them? Quinto stuck to the rules
Yeah.
of not talking in detail, okay, about his work on Star Trek or other projects, but he did make some comments about the impact the franchise had on him and the potential of returning to the role of Spock for a fourth time. He was also joined on stage by Strange New World star Ethan Peck for a meeting of Spocks.
That's awesome.
Question is, what's holding back Star Trek 4? It's been over 7 years since the release of Star Trek Beyond, the third film in the Kelvin timeline movies produced by J.J. Abrams. There have been a number of starts and stops for new Trek projects at Paramount Pictures since then, like a planned 2023 movie getting removed from Paramount's release calendar last year after delays led to director Matt Shakman exiting the project. How many directors have they had?
Right.
During the Q&A, a fan asked Quinto if he believed the proliferation of streaming Star Trek shows on Paramount Plus was the reason Paramount hasn't moved forward on another Star Trek film since Beyond. Quinto didn't see it that way, saying, quote, I don't think it has anything to do with it. Actually, I think the more there is, the more it gets people excited about what could be. Boy, that's confusing. What is that? I don't understand. Quinto then gave his assessment over the delay and likelihood of another Kelvin movie. Quote, I think there's a lot of other stuff, creative things. It's complicated. The fact that anything good gets made is kind of a miracle. I think it's about different people having different agendas and ideas about what it will be. And I don't know if and when it will happen. And if it coalesces again and we come back and we're able to do it, wonderful. If not, we had a great run.
Aw.
Definitely time for a poll.
Yay. Oh.
John, do you know why they call it Star Trek 4 instead of Star Trek 14? Because it's obviously the 14th movie.
Because it's the fourth J.J. Abrams movie produced by him. So it's a different timeline. It's a different series of movies. That's how it's thought of internally, I guess.
Okay.
It's also a less
Kelvin
intimidating
4.
number. It's a less intimidating number than Star Trek 14.
That's a good point.
That just sounds ridiculous, like Fast and the Furious 10. But
Fast X.
do you say
Yeah.
Fast X or Fast 10? I always say
Well,
Fast
it's
X.
fast. Yeah, I mean, it's either way. It's just
Because
I
I
don't
see
think
the
you're
it's
allowed
all
to
about
say-
family. Yeah.
I don't think you're allowed to say Fast X because that's Twitter now.
Right.
So the question is, will Star Trek 14, parenthetically 4, ever happen as a Kelvin movie? Because we know there'll be more movies theoretically. But will the fourth Kelvin movie ever happen? The options are yup or nope.
I wonder.
What do you think, Jenny?
I mean, it's been 7 years and they
been a long
haven't
road.
managed to do it. It has been a long road getting from there to here. Yeah, I don't know. Like they're all into it, but it's not up to the actors, unfortunately, or the writers, or it's up to those guys in the suits,
Mm,
who
Oh,
occasionally
those
make
guys.
bad decisions.
Occasionally,
Occasionally.
once in a while.
Like
Yeah.
people in spacesuits, you mean?
Sadly, no. If it was the people in spacesuits, I think things would be a lot better.
So here's a bit of news that was announced at STLV as well. The Star Trek Rat Pack, if you've ever seen the Star Trek Rat Pack or listened to them, they are phenomenal. They are
mhm.
hilarious. They are charming, way too charming that it should not be this legal, at least not in the States. Maybe in Canada it would be. But they have announced that they will finally be going into the recording studio for a Star Trek Rat Pack album.
Amazing.
So that's about the amount of news we have on that. It's going to be very soon. I can't remember when they said, but they basically said when we come back from
Mhm.
this trip, we're going to the recording studio. So it's presumably happening this month.
Mhm.
So to keep up on that news, everybody at home, hang out with us. We'll keep you posted, or get it straight from the rat's mouth at StarTrekRatPack.com. That's StarTrekRatPack.com, and sign up for their newsletter right here.
Look at
Oh,
those
look, that's cute. It
cuties.
says first name Benjamin, last name
That's
Cisco.
awesome.
So
Uh,
cute.
Now I have Benjamin Cisco's email address.
Ooh.
It's John
says-
it's johndoe.com.
Yeah, john@go.com. Oh, here's another thing that is interesting and very newsworthy. Trekmovie.com was live tweeting last panel of STLV, the
Aw.
Voyager documentary team. That's us. Of course, that is Alexander Enberg and Kendra Munger. There's Ryan. Look, I think I'm looking right at the camera. It looks like
Ooh,
creepy.
blue steel.
Yeah. We've got Joe Kornbrot, our editor producer, Lolita Faggio, also producer. And it was great. It was a full house, packed house, a lot of people. It was a full convention. It was a lot of fun. It was really cool. Melissa, you were sitting in on it, right?
I
Was it
was.
fun? It
was
felt
great.
like people were happy from up on
was
stage,
awesome.
but I didn't hear the muttering down on the floor.
Well, it was very informative, and
Yeah.
it was great. It's always great to hear from those that are producing the documentary and your progress, which, any kind of film or kind of production takes a long time to produce, because there are a lot of working parts that go into it. So yeah, so it's nice, and it's nice to hear the passion that's behind producing these
Mhm.
documentaries.
And the
Yeah.
reason Kendra Munger or were you going to say something, Jenny?
Oh, just that. It was such a nice opportunity to hear, not just like what's been done, but also like the challenges you guys have come up against over the last couple of years with COVID and then the
alive,
strike.
Right.
And and that delays aside, it was really exciting hearing just like how much footage there is, and like actually that the editing process is underway, and
Yeah.
really
Hundreds
cool.
and hundreds of hours of footage and
it's so
interviews to
cool.
look through. And there's going to be one more thing that we're going to shoot on the first day of the strike, had it not happened, at Paramount, but that obviously got delayed because of that. We're going to shoot it with Garrett. I think that's covered in this. But let me see. Let me pull that back up because it does have the information. Oh, and the reason Alex Enberg, he was Vorik and Torek in The Next Generation, and in Voyager, he was both of those Vulcans. If you remember, one was in the Next Generation's episode Lower Decks. He was that Vulcan guy there, and he also played Vorik. So that was Torek, and he was Vorik in Voyager for a couple episodes. Remember, he went into Heat. What is it, Ponfar? And went after Belana Torres, if I remember correctly. He's also the son of Jerry Taylor, showrunner of Voyager, but I didn't realize this until we interviewed him. He's also the son of Dick Enberg, who is a very
Oh.
famous sportscaster, one of the biggest
Cool.
and most famous sportscasters of all. So that was exciting for me.
Mhm.
And Kendra Munger is his wife, and they've got their own documentary. So be sure to check that out. So they were kind of up with us for a bit. Great people. So very quickly, this was their quick. I love these live tweets. They say
Yeah.
all the interviews are done, editing going for over a year, new editor added to the team, new release goal spring 2024, planning on some more filming, including shooting Garrett Wong on Paramount lot, but strikes got in the way for now. 455 Films' next project is about Star Trek makeup designer Michael Westmore and his family. Now he's got a big
That is
legendary
awesome.
Hollywood family that is already in the works. That is being done right now. It's oh, Ryan, I like this part. Ryan points. What am I doing? Getting so sidetracked. Ryan points to a tweet from executive producer Dave Zappone as a hint for the next documentary project. It's Enterprise, because Dave Zappone tweeted out for Jenny R. Johnson's birthday. He said, after we finish the Voyager documentary, is anyone interested in seeing a Star Trek Enterprise doc? Anybody? Anyone?
It was a good present.
It continues the live tweet. The Voyager doc has interviews with showrunners and most writers, but not Joe Menosky. It's going to be different than what you leave behind or what we left behind and other 455 film Trek docs. But, quote, you don't want to repeat yourself. That was Joe Kornbrot who said that. However, like with the DS9 doc, they're committed to have HD footage from Voyager, but they need a new vendor to do remastering. They are also using some AI upscaling or looking into that is what it was, if I remember correctly. That was from our editor, Joe, who's freaking great editor, working his buns off. But yeah, we did bring on another editor just to speed up the process because there's just so much to look through. And we do have a good team, but it's a small and mighty team. So great live tweet there. Lastly, oh, and also everybody, 3 cheers for Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel in the live chat for scouring the internet for all of this news while John Orquiola was busy writing the news. Melissa was napping from getting home at 2:30 in the morning. I was driving through the desert until about almost an hour before we went live. So thank goodness somebody's steering this ship.
Yeah.
And Jenny was painting amazing things.
Oh, you're on mute, Jenny.
Oh.
I was gonna say, yeah, I was on a plane for 10 hours.
Yeah.
Woo.
You're painting in your sleep.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Nice.
Okay, so check this out. Very quick one also, trekmovie.com. California Congressman, right, let's pull this up just so you can get the full effect. California Congressman urges U.S. Postal Service to honor Leonard Nimoy with commemorative stamp.
That would be amazing. Oh.
Congressman Adam Schiff, who represents California's 30th Congressional District, has submitted a letter to the Citizen Stamp Advisory Committee urging them to submit a recommendation to the Postmaster General to issue a commemorative USPS stamp in honor of Leonard Nimoy. Schiff's letter states in part, quote, live long and prosper. This is a phrase that is part of our lexicon, as is the unforgettable character who first proclaimed those words. I am writing to support the creation of a stamp for Leonard Nimoy, an extraordinary activist, actor, and dear friend. Mr. Nimoy is best known for his world-renowned portrayal of Mr. Spock in the Star Trek franchise. Mr. Nimoy was revered by fans for his role, best put by the New York Times as, quote, bringing life to one of the most indelible characters of the last half century. Hear, hear. I mean, he's iconic,
That
right?
would be,
Mhm.
yeah.
Definitely.
I think it might happen.
Great. I would love to see him on a stamp.
Yeah.
I would love to lick Spock. What?
Wow.
Oh
Wait, what?
my.
In the front or the back? It's the back, right?
It is the best.
Oh, right, the back. The back.
Wow.
That's good. That's good.
Took a turn. Wow.
So anyway, it's the main viewer after dark, everybody.
We haven't shaken all the
Put the
Vegas
beret,
off
put the
yet.
beret back on.
So the results of the poll, the question was, will Star Trek 14:4 ever happen as a Kelvin movie? And the results are in, it looks like 57% said nope, and 42% said yes. That's oh, by the way, everybody at home, please make sure you give this video a like. It's very important to like this video. It helps us out quite a bit. Each one of those likes is like butter.
Gold pressed platinum.
Like butter.
And also, please
Now
make
I'm just
sure.
thinking about licking butter.
Well, you've had like mashed potatoes, right? And then when
Yeah.
you add
Yes,
butter
I
to mashed potatoes, oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
That just-
gotcha. Okay.
Oh,
This makes perfect sense. Yes.
although I did have we'll say a friend who ratted out her mom to me and said that one time she came home and saw her mom watching TV, eating a stick of butter. It was like a salted
No.
stick, one of those salted sticks. And I was like, that person loves butter. That's
Wow.
whew, that is
Oh,
hardcore.
wow.
I don't not,
God.
you know, Mochi would lick butter. Your
Yeah,
cat.
no, she wouldn't lick butter.
So
I've seen
Mochi's
her.
got standards.
Well, no, I've seen her sniff it and walk
Oh, that's
away.
interesting.
oh,
Sam would
okay.
lick butter.
did you ever
Oh,
see
yeah.
that Simpsons, the old Simpsons episode when Homer takes a stick of butter, puts a
Yes.
stick through it, wraps it in
Wrap-
waffle batter, and just starts eating it?
Yes, I love it.
Might actually
Uh,
work though, because butter goes with waffles.
Ooh. I mean, yeah, it does. You're right.
Yeah. He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing.
He-
I had my
he's
first
never wrong
real
about food.
breakfast this morning as the last meal before I left the Rio
Oh, yeah.
in Las Vegas.
I did that
It was
yesterday.
delicious. And also to
Little
complete
waffles.
our begging moment, everybody, please make sure you subscribe to this channel. It's very important to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon for notifications, because sometimes you say, when are you going live? And we're like, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Jenny's time, middle of the night, Europe, morning for people like my live in Tokyo.
Mhm.
Or if that's too much, you could literally just hit the bell icon for notifications and you'll be notified when we go live.
Yeah.
You can just cut out all that crap and just your phone will just tell you, or your email will
Yes.
tell you, hey, they're going live. Easy. Great. So let's talk about this week. I was gone all week. What happened? What did we miss?
I know.
Let's see. So yesterday, the Seventh Rule released our full review of the Next Generation Season 2, Episode 2, Where Silence Has Lease. So that full review is now available on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel. Check it out. Now, Wednesday, what do we got on Wednesday? At 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, go to the Falling Tower YouTube channel. It is Superhero Month for the Watch the First podcast. Our good buddy Darth Shuey, who many people met at Star Trek Las Vegas, joins myself and Dr. Mohammed Noor as we review Miss Marvel on Disney Plus. It's Superhero Month. Miss Marvel is a superhero, I bet. We are reviewing that. Check it out, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on youtube.com/Falling Tower. Then on Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Seventh Rule, go to that channel. We're going to review the final episode of Season 2 of Strange New Worlds. It's going to be, I bet John Orquiola has already watched it. I have not yet.
You have not
So
yet.
No spoilers. No, I just got home.
I watched it when I was
still
there.
smell like casino smoke. So anybody,
I
anyway,
have
check
seen it
that out.
twice. Yes.
Wow, is that good?
Well,
Wow.
I also have to watch it for work and dissect it, take it apart, and put it back together again.
So everybody check that out, and also check out John's thoughts on that whenever he does an article on it, probably in a couple days. And that is screenrant.com, of course. Now on Friday, come right back here, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We go live every Friday for Star Trek and Chill. What this week? Okay, not last week, but other than that, we go live every Friday. And it's Star Trek and Chill. We just hang out. We talk Star Trek, or maybe we don't anymore. I don't remember, but we do chill. And we drink things. So we'll see you then. Lastly, on Sunday, this coming Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific, that's 12 p.m. Eastern time, we will release our full review of, not full review, first segment review of Unnatural Selection. That is the Next Generation Season 2, Episode 7, Unnatural Selection. Check that out. Previous one is The Schizoid Man. You can check that out right now on the 7th Rule. That's that. Jenny R. Johnson, where can people find you online and purchase your incredible painting wares?
Well, thank you for asking, Ryan. You can find me at jennyrjohnson.com. That's the best way to just get to my shop. Super easy. But I'm also on lots of social media platforms. You can find me on Twitter thing at Jenny R. Johnson. You can also find me on Facebook and all the other ones, Instagram, etc., at Jenny R. Johnson Art. That's it, Jenny R. Johnson Art. And I have a lot of pictures from STLV, and I'm going to be posting them. So come check it out.
Oh, BL in the live chat says Ryan should drink the beverage that he got in the swag box. But since mine's not refrigerated, John, did you end up grabbing yours?
On Friday.
No, mine's all the way upstairs in the kitchen. So yeah, we'll have to do it on Star Trek and Chill.
He did
Yep,
say
That's a
exactly
Star Trek
that.
and Chill thing.
he did say on Friday.
Oh, whew, I need a nap. My reading comprehension has been hideous today. What about you, John Orquiola? Where can people find you online and watch and read all your fun stuff?
Well, glad you asked. On social media, I am back at the head on Twitter/X, Threads, and Instagram. You can find my stuff on screenrant.com, along with the multitudes of articles I occasionally get made fun of for writing so many. Some cool stuff is coming up this week at STLV. I did talk to Aaron J. Waltke, so that interview is going to come up pretty soon. Dr. Mohammed Noor is coming up. Cool. Elias Stofexis, although it'll be partly about Star Trek Resurgence, and then a lot of talk about WWE. And then
Nice.
what else could we talk about? And then that's what we decided on, and it worked. And also coming up on Friday, very, very excited. I have an exclusive interview with Christina Chong, but not about Star Trek, about her music. She's dropping her new EP, Twin Flames, on Friday. It'll be available everywhere on Spotify, Apple Tunes, and why am I your agent? Anywhere you get your streaming.
I know. You're just on a roll. You just went with it.
Awesome.
She was also selling 100 physical copies of the CD at STLV. I have one. And yeah, we're going to talk. We cannot talk about Star Trek. We will talk purely about her music career, and it'll be pretty cool.
Now, I know why you're acting like her agent right there is because you and she are actually pretty good pals. And that's really cool.
Yeah,
it's
we're
really
pals.
cool
We're
to
friendly.
see that.
We're friendly. Let's put it that way.
That's really cool. Melissa Longo, where can everybody find you and your cat online?
At Melissa
I bet she
Longo.
missed you so bad, huh?
Yes, she's not left my side. I've had this 7-pound shadow for the past several hours since I've been home. But you can find me at Melissa Longo, Malissa, on social media. And at all of these wonderful shows on virtual TrekCon and the Seventh Rule. And also Walking Art Made by Melissa is on the introvertedrepublic.com and Patreon, where there is a story going on that has been on pause for a little bit, but should resume shortly now that craziness has settled.
Till the next craziness. And everybody, you can find me on, shouldn't it, X? So doesn't that mean like formerly, like X Twitter? I don't know. But you can find me on that on Twitter at Ryan TG Husk. That's at Ryan TG Husk, or Virtual TrekCon, Falling Tower, or the Seventh Rule on your favorite social media, provided we're there. And especially on YouTube. Any of those things on YouTube is fantastic. And what a coincidence, Dr. Muhammad Noor, you say his name 3 times like John Orquiola did, and he appears. Happy Tuesday, all, he says. Great seeing folks at STLV and here, and great seeing everyone else who wasn't at STLV here now too. Have a good evening. Sorry I missed this show, he says. That's it for us. Let's say goodbye, hello and goodbye to Dr. Muhammad Noor, War Dog Heim, Greg Kenzo, Glenn Iverson, Travis Taylor, Mayanari Flynn, Chuck A. Falk, Mai in Tokyo. Oh no, no more live. Mai in Tokyo, John Ford. Let's see, who else? Fran Iverson, thank you. And everybody else, Allison Leach Hyde, Carrie Schwent, what's up?
Yay.
Matt Boardman, hello. JR Poole, and goodbye. Don Ranger Power, goodbye. One Trek fan, Chris Marshall. That's everybody for now. And everybody else popping up. Bob D, Shag 840. Thank you all for joining us. We will see you next time. Faith Howell, we see you. If you want to hear all the stuff about Star Trek Las Vegas, and you want to hear me try to say everybody's names as they pop up in the live chat, put it on the main viewer. Please.